Good morning, everyone. Glad you all made it back out today. At least a lot of you all, I'm seeing the room mostly full. That's really great, especially after yesterday, which I know was a very heavy day in terms of how much we got through. But very grateful for all the wonderful feedback we've gotten from everyone so far. Thanks for all your incredible contributions. I know and I've heard, that the networking has been really good for everyone as well, which is a big goal of the conference. So, I think, I definitely want to jump into some special thanks just now for some key organizations and partners. But I really want to take a moment to give a very special thanks to all of you for choosing to come to this conference. So thank you very much, and please give yourselves a round of applause. Yes, here we are 10 years later, and we are so grateful for all of the support of you all over the years, everyone who's contributed to IAMovement. But when we, with this conference, something that we really felt, again, was important is, in the green space, it's a very important space, which I think we can all agree on. We live in a social environment. We live in a social environment and an environmental environment, if I could say it that way, But forgive the cheese, but we live with people and nature, really, And Tracy did speak to that fact that we are nature, We are not unnatural. All of us go at some point in our days and take all of our clothes off. And there's nothing left but organic matter, So it's really, we come from that. And I think it's really important to remember that we can't live without that. It's literally impossible, And so even though we have developed, our society has developed with a focus on economics, at least as it pertains to business and how we spend a lot of our time in our days, I'm very grateful. And I have to make a very, very special thanks also to the team at IAMovement. I actually want to pause and give a very special round of applause for that. Because, the team is really what makes life happen, I think. Us as a team, all here together, I feel that we're all working as a team, actually, on this effort in Trinidad and Tobago. But definitely the team at IAMovement, they've put a lot of work into making this conference happen. Gratefully, I was able to take on a bit more of a technical role this time, primarily, and it was wonderful to see, just how everything came together. But what I was going to say is that, I'm really happy that we're finally able to explore and see the economic reality. I'm not even going to call it benefits, because the reality has always been there. We just haven't really been looking at it as much. But the economic side of social and environmental work. And, here we're talking about green bonds and carbon credits, but around environmental features. And how can we invest in these, Nature-based solutions being a large focus, but, stretching right into renewable energies and energy efficiency and all these things. And so, I just kind of wanted to hopefully let us all go with that of recognizing that it's really all of those three things, environment, social, and economics. And the case for economics is being made. And I think that that's something, that we aim to do through this particular edition of the conference. The goal is to connect and share across the whole region and beyond. And can I get a positive response to that? Do you all agree with, I just mean to say that particular invitation side of things, that please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone on our team. If there's anything that you all are doing and think can connect either with us, or with someone else you met at the conference or might like to connect, but was at the conference, feel free and we can try to make connections. I will go into a couple little things I wanted to mention in terms of more specifics. And of course, I wanted to start by, or at least in terms of the special thanks to some key partners and organizations, but to give a very special thanks to the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago for seeing this vision, not just now, but since 2018. So a quick round of applause for National Gas Company for taking that step. Um, Again, our platinum sponsors are the Inter-American Development Bank and Republic Bank. We're very grateful for their partnership for a second year of the conference, several years later, but a second time we're hosting this conference. And the IDB, we're very grateful for all the partners that have supported us over the years. And we do hope that you all, who I truly feel, even though we're all working on different things, are a team of environmentally focused people. I do hope that you all can all go, and whether it's Vetiver or any other environmental initiative that you all are seeing, can become champions for that. I think some of the policymakers, I think you all heard, we had Kishan Kumar Singh, we had the head of the Green Fund, and we had Minister Manning, but all of them, if you all listened, and I'm sure you all did, I know everybody was very focused on taking it all in, but you all heard the message. If the people want it, the politicians will do it. So I just really want to leave you all with that, in the sense of everybody here has a voice, and everybody is an ambassador. You speak to one person, 5 people, 10 people, you are changing 5 or 10 people's minds. You're going to be the cousin or auntie or uncle or friend or whoever that is the green one talking about this, that has a child wanting to do this in the future. Right? So don't underestimate the power of your words and your visions and your goals and your dreams, because that is literally what makes reality. That would end my thank you remarks. Thank you once again, everybody, for coming out. Basically, just to introduce you all to our new website, because we did put a lot of effort into this website, which is going to, the goal was to really showcase and share 10 years of work, and guide you all through it so you all can know what you can find there. So this is going to be a little bit of an interactive experience, which is both, just speaking through a bit of the website and work we've done, but it is also going to be an opportunity to see a couple of our videos and films, capturing some of our projects over the years, but all short. We've chosen the short ones for you all. So as we celebrate our 10-year anniversary, we are thrilled to host the second edition of the Caribbean Green Infrastructure Conference in partnership with the NGC. Alongside this exciting event, we are proud to unveil a few more initiatives, including the launch of our brand new website. The intention was made to develop a website which truly represents us and features strongly who we are, as well as to showcase the past decade of our work and development as an organization committed to driving positive social and environmental change in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. To help share with you a feel for this platform, I'm going to have a short interactive session to walk you through some of our website's key features, and we'll also be sharing a few short videos showcasing our projects, activities, and importantly, which I hope some of you all know already, the digital storytelling we've been undertaking to capture and share these initiatives. These videos highlight not only the projects themselves, but also the people involved, aiming to inspire others locally, regionally, and internationally to engage in similar efforts. So to kick things off, that as we transition from the community and people panel to this interactive session, I'd like to navigate to a part of our website we're particularly proud of, which is our film room. So quickly, before I delve into sharing with you on our film room, I would like to start by sharing a short video we did way back in 2017, which captured some great success of the first curbside recycling program implemented between SwimCall and the Tunapuna Piarco Regional Corporation, which you have heard some brief discussions on yesterday from the panelist Dennis Lord, who's with the Tunapuna Piarco Regional Corporation. And that this video can give a little bit of that feel, because this is not our voices, this is the voices of the community that was involved with that program.
Once the material is sorted, it goes down to our beverage container recycling facility in Port of Spain,
So, as you can see, we ended with a little bit of a call to action to try to encourage people to call, their regional corporations. And I'm very grateful to see and, to have seen as well. But for all of you who were here yesterday, I think you saw very good participation from the regional corporations. We had 14 here. And I am just so excited, actually, and enthused by the interest I'm seeing from them. But we know it takes many. It takes a lot, for these things to happen. So all we can do is cross our fingers and hope. But as you can see, well, not just cross our fingers. We can do the work, but we can keep hoping as well that everything works out. But yeah, so, just to say, there is recycling actually happening now, in different ways. If any of you all can advocate in your spaces, as you can see right here, the community members involved, both working and participating, have told us we can do it. So I'm just going to keep moving along. I might start to just see if I could just jump to the main areas rather than reading from this perfectly. But the film room, so it's divided into main two categories. These are educational videos and films. So you can just see here how that looks. So educational videos, this section features, I guess I'll do a little bit of a mix in terms of speak and reading. So this section features numerous infographic videos and key recordings created over the years. Navigation is made very easy. For instance, you can click 2018. I've had one or two little glitches, but you can click and scroll down very quickly and see the videos. So by clicking 2018, you can get very quickly to click browse by year, just below. And if that works, there's one or two things to fix, but let's see if it does. So maybe not right now, that'll be fixed later, but basically if you scroll down, you can get to 2018, where you can see the Rethinking Energy video series, which was done with the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago, and which is still there for anybody to use and watch and take in and learn from. More recently, in 2023, we launched a brand new 6-part video series on many different uses of vetiver grass. So once again, if you'd like to learn about those things, you can. Our goal is actually, really to try to create an educational platform as well. So my goal here is to showcase that a bit, where if anybody's connected to schools, to teachers, that is wondering how can we have our students learning about these things quickly and easily. We do have a climate talk program that we do, where we go into schools and we host sessions and we have interactive discussions with Q&A, often little prizes and so on. I am happy to say we've done about 200 plus climate talks to date now, since we began in 2017, which was actually with our first little bit of funding we ever got from the Canadian High Commission, and then the German Embassy, and then moving on, others that came on board, J.B. Fernandez Fund, NGC, and so on. But, so while we offer that, I just wanted to say that our goal was to make a tool that could be used without us, So I just wanted to mention, if anybody has use or interest in this, we have over 40 educational videos and films on the website, and that will continue to grow because we recognize the importance of this as a tool to help knowledge, inspiration, and so on go further. You can always feel free to reach out if you have questions or want to get engagement with us, that's a little bit more tailored and personal. So moving on to our films now. So here we can see at the bottom, 2016 Small Change was our first film, thanks to our director Dylan Cannell, who's also a founding member of the team. But as we were doing the climate marches, he basically at some point was like, this is a young, self-taught filmmaker. He did not go to university or anything. And he was just like, we need to capture this on film. And so that's really how our storytelling began. Gratefully, we did get another great filmmaker come on board, a Canadian filmmaker who joined us for work on other islands. His name is Lawrence Dupuis, but he worked with us in Dominica, St. Lucia, Antigua, Grenada, and so we have beautiful videos and films as well capturing those islands. So if anybody's tuning in regionally as well, we hope, we had some good participation. I think I was told 20 Caribbean countries, although that number seems high. I didn't know we had that many Caribbean countries, do we? Do we have 20 Caribbean countries, Tazio and others who work regionally? Yeah? Okay. Because I was told we had that much participation in the last conference. But nonetheless, for anybody who's participating online regionally, just to know that there are projects featured up the islands in Dominica, St. Lucia, Antigua, Grenada, and you can find films on the website capturing these projects that you can share in your communities, in your spaces, and learn. It's really not just about watching, it's also about learning. So just as we get ready to move forward, I'm going to share a clip for another beautiful short video, which is from the Me We Green program, which you all heard a bit about. This is supported by the Ministry of Planning and Development's Green Fund. It's just coming to an end now, but this was the first national program in the Western Hemisphere which was promoting vetiver grass. Now, a quick thing, you all know, I think most people know almost everything they need to know about vetiver grass, so I don't need to say much more. But one thing, not technical, just to mention about it, is, you know, the same way everybody knows what mangroves are for coastlines. We don't need to do education on mangroves, but everyone knows the value. The goal, you know, is that one day everybody would also know about vetiver grass, just because it's a solution that we think people should have as a tool in their back pocket, you know? And so to that end, we were grateful for the support from the Ministry of Planning and Development to do the first in the Western Hemisphere program at a government national level that was promoting education on this tool. And we got calls, and we worked with communities north, south, east, and west, from Maruga to Forest Park to Lopino to Brasso Seco, and all the way north in Charlottesville, Tobago. So we'll take a little look here at the Me We Green program, a short clip on that project. So today we headed up London now, approaching my Picton Fort. We're going to be turning down into straight over this pretty soon. But in each community, there are challenges, but then there are also valuable relationships being built between community members. So thanks, guys, for your attention. And I hope that can continue to give you a little feel of the work we're doing with communities in Trinidad and also aiming to continue scaling across the Caribbean. So, and who knows, maybe even beyond, but right now we're focusing on the Caribbean primarily. So there's just two more little sections. I want to take a quick look on the website to introduce. There's not a lot of time, but of course you can see, I think this might be a project section, but I would like to just take a look at, so here of course you can see different projects, you can go and navigate and read about them, but I would like to take us to see the services section. So up by Get Involved, you can see there's, volunteer with us is another section that we'll see just now. But our services, our goal here was to really try, as we get more and more outreach from companies, organizations, potential partners, which we're very grateful for, but sometimes it might take a little bit of an introduction to understand who we are, what we do, how we work. We really try to create packages to showcase exactly what we offer, with general costing provided as well. So somebody listening to something in the background there, that's not too bad. I need a little bit of that after. But anyway, so back to the services. Just to say, that we have come up really to showcase, the different things we offer. So Climate Champion Training Day, maybe just scroll to the top there, next one sec. So here we can see Climate Talk booth, where we show up at events, we do educational stuff on all of the different circular economy and various climate matters. Climate Talk events in schools. Higher up, we do have larger projects, which are multi-month and multi-year projects even, such as the Vetiver Education, Vetiver Handicraft Community Training Program, and the Vetiver Education Empowerment Project. These are multi-year, multi-month programs that work with multiple community members doing thousands of plants, educating, installing, the handicraft training programs, which we've done a bit with Pan American Development Foundation a lot in recent years, as mentioned. And so that's kind of it. And then build your own project, that opportunity at the bottom as well. So just wanted to make that mention if anybody's interested in working with IAMovement, or if you know people who are, it's a place to go and connect with us. There is, and learn more, reach out directly. There's also, very importantly, I'll just make a quick mention, but reforestation program activities that are being led now with Closed Loop Caribbean, and you'll see more of, where you can literally buy 1 tree in your name, 10 trees in your name, 100 trees in your name, 1,000 trees in your name, or your company's name. And these trees get nurtured to maturity. So a lot of programs, actually, when you see, with all respect for the pecan plants, we're grateful for everybody who has a good environmental mind, but if you go to try and see how many plants survived, you may find 5 or 10%, depending. It's just how it is, because there's a lot of work that's required to maintain a small little sapling to survival, whether it's dry weather, overgrowth, etc. So all of our trees, if they don't survive, we replace them. So just to say that's how our reforestation program works. So you'll see a lot more of this, and if you like IAMovement, we have kept ourselves intentionally focused is the word I would use. I would have once said grassroots, but focused in the sense of, really trying to focus on the work that means a lot to us and we believe society as well. And so it's just to say, we are always grateful for new partners that can help support our operations and work moving forward. So please feel free to share in your networks. We'll try to make it as accessible as we can in terms of our services. And our wonderful, esteemed colleagues from other countries, yes, we do work internationally, so please feel free to share regionally and otherwise. We do have a couple little bases I'll just mention, Canada, the UK. We are touching out there a little bit in terms of partners and people who work with us in other countries in those places. But presently, most of our feet on the ground has been in the Caribbean. The Vetiver Education Empowerment project model, however, is one that we are looking to explore bigger mine rehabilitation projects internationally. That's more commercial, but just mentioning. Maybe actually, I'm seeing Liz nodding, so no, this is serious offerings. I didn't know if this would be a relevant space given where we are, but that is something we can deploy and offer, So I think one of the last things I'm going to show you, and then we're just going to watch the last little video, is our membership. So I am very pleased to share now. We've not yet advertised this, it's just on the website. But now, if you like, you can get even closer to the IAMovement community and help support our work more by becoming a member. So here, if you scroll down just a bit more, you can see the different membership levels. The intention is there are certain little pros and I guess goodies that are involved with each package. So the goal is really, to cover those costs. That's the primary thing, but then a little small contribution in some cases to IAMovement's operations. But those things would include, as a baseline member, IAMovement T-shirt, Vetiver soap, root bundle, that kind of thing. But then also we're going to be very soon excited to announce a list of great eco-focused partners who you'll also get discounts with if you are a member with IAMovement. And of course, that's a community which we intend and hope to grow, which means that if you could think and you see that and other partners you think might like to join that, you can of course have them reach out to us, companies that are interested in that. You can become a reforestation member where you'd have 10 trees planted a year in your name. We'll soon have a digital space where you can go and see your trees, I'm just taking the chance to mention while you all are here. And impact members are those who really want to support our work in a greater way, where, this will include 2 climate talk events in schools, reaching 30 to 50 people, as well as general support to all of our other activities. So thank you very much. That'll more or less wrap up, I think, my introductions and overviews of the website. Of course, you can explore partners. We have, maybe just next you can show quickly the volunteer. So join the movement. You can also join as a volunteer or join our mailing list. And I will not get into the We Climate app right now, even though you can see it on the website where you can go and take a little bit of a read. Some of you all may have heard of it, but we're intentionally waiting until another iteration before we promote that. The goal is really, as much as I don't like that we all spend so much time looking down at these little devices that I heard someone yesterday call robots, it is what it is. So we're trying to make things more accessible, and that's the goal with the We Climate app. Part of it right now was that we use it for our Mirror Green program, where people could tag sites of landslips on a map, and then we could see that and communicate to them and show up to help. So that's technology that's already been begun, and which we will be expanding on more with the programs going forward. So with that, that wraps up. Thank you guys very much for your attention. We are grateful, to have such a wonderful audience we could share our website with for the first time. We have not promoted our website as yet. As you all know, if anyone has ever built a big website to feature a lot of work, it is a lot of work. But even though we had it done, we've not sort of broadcasted it. So thank you all for being the first people that we have shared our website with in this kind of way. I hope that you all have enjoyed, and I do hope that it can serve as a good educational tool and connection tool for you all going forward. So with that, the last short film, I'm going to leave the stage as that comes on, but is House of Vetiver. It's the story of the House of Vetiver, and you all got that little, for those who interacted, little Vetiver experience as you walked in, and here you can get a feel of the people behind it and what it's aiming to do and where it's aiming to go. So thank you very much, everyone. I do hope you all are well guided through the rest of the day and that you all can accurately make it to the right bus when the time for site visits comes. Thank you.
Sometimes, in order to move forward, we have to go back. Vetiver grass was once widely known as a tool for land stabilization, erosion control, and much, including sweet, earthy roots, which are known to repel insects, and leaves, which are used to make a wide range of natural fiber handicraft.
a community-based brand founded in the Caribbean, powered by the passion and creativity